What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stimace here, and I hope you guys are having an incredible week. Today we are going to be reviewing two products from our good friends over at Xtremis Cartel. And you guys know the name Xtremis Cartel. They've released a bunch of my favorite products of 2024 and 2025. You have the El Jefe pre-workout, which is incredible. Actually, right over there, literally right behind me, you got the El Jefe Fuego right over there, that crazy-ass thermogenic that is a mix of El Jefe with the Demonio Fat Burner. That one's crazy. You have the El Jefe Neuro, which was their take on a nootropic high-stim pre-workout. You also have their protein line, which is incredible. You have the fat burners, like I mentioned, Demonio. You got Caliente, they're non-stim. Guys, the sky's the limit when it comes to Xtremis Cartel, one of the most underrated and slept on companies of 2025 going into 2026. Now, with that being said, today we are going to be reviewing two products, which are technically standalone products that are meant to be stacked on top of other products. What am I talking about? What I am holding in my hands is Eria Plus and Uncut Alpha Yo, two single ingredient stimulants that are incredible to stack on top of other pre-workouts, especially ones that do not contain any exotics. So let's not waste any more time. Let's roll that freaking intro. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you how to best utilize these products for your best workout experience. Okay guys, so like I said earlier at the top of the video, I'm a huge fan of Xtremis Cartel. They are exclusively available at Nutricartel.com. Actually, I'm not sure if that's even true anymore. I think a bunch of other websites actually do carry Xtremis Cartel products, but Nutricartel.com is where I pick up my favorite Xtremis Cartel products using discount code ACE15 to knock 15% off. Cheap plug out of the way. But with that being said, you guys know that when it comes to these pre-workouts, I love stacking things on top of it, especially when it comes to high stim Saturday, high stim Sunday, and I want to get in a little bit of something extra. I want to kind of add a little spice, a little flair to my pre-workout experience. And a lot of times we come to situations where certain pre-workouts reformulate and they take out a certain ingredient, and then it just doesn't hit the same. So a recent example I could think of is Rect from Huge Supplements, and that's still a very good pre-workout despite the fact that they did remove the Eria from there. But when you have a product like this, Eria Plus, which comes with 250 milligrams of Eria Jarensis and also 250 milligrams of Thin-Fen, which is beta PEA, it's an ingredient that's going to activate that Eria faster, so you're going to feel it in like 5 to 8 minutes, and it's a very good dose at 250 milligrams. You could stack one of these capsules on top of a pre-workout like Rect, and it's going to supplement that feel-good mood elevation that isn't really quite as present anymore in the latest version. I still really like the new Rect, but it is missing a little bit of that extra happy element that was in there previously. So that is an incredible option. Now, you also have the Uncut Alpha Yo, which this one's a little bit simpler. There's only one ingredient in here. It's Alpha Yo, Rowolskine, coming in at 3 milligrams. And I'm just trying to see the dosage here. Yes, this is standardized at 90%, which for me is way better than 98%. If you guys haven't seen the review I did recently on the all-new Rect and Raged from Huge Supplements, that one's crazy, guys. 3 milligrams of Alpha Yo, but standardized at 98%. And that one absolutely blew my head off in a very intense manner. It was a little bit too much for high stim ace. I know I'm the king of stim junkies, but when I tell you that one at a full dose was too much, it was too much. But this one here, this Alpha Yo you're getting in here, it's not as intense. It's a little bit stronger than the Rowolskine from Masscast Subs, which I reviewed recently as well, about a month ago or whatever. It's a little bit stronger than that, but it's also not as bad to the point where you're getting to that survival mode where it's going to kick your ass in a negative way. You're not going to get any of the negative side effects. At least I know that I won't. I can tolerate Alpha Yo pretty well, except for when it's Rect and Rage from 2025, because apparently that one slaps me upside the head, and it's just way too much for me. But these are two great products that I really do enjoy stacking on top of a lot of other pre-workouts. If you're somebody crazy, if you're a stim junkie, illicit bunker formula chaser, then you're probably going to take like 2 or 3 of these caps and mix them in together and throw it on top of your favorite DMHA-based pre-workout, which I personally don't do because I'm trying to kind of tone it down a little bit. I'm reviewing all these crazy bunker formulas recently, so I'm trying to kind of keep my tolerance a little bit more balanced, but I will give you a couple of good ideas for stacks that I like running with these products in particular. And speaking of stacks, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I did just do High Stim Ace's Favorite Stacks Volume 2, which was 1 year in the making. That doesn't mean that I was working on the video for a year. It just means I haven't updated that playlist in a year, and I just did update it with that new video. So I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to pin the comment. Check out that video, guys, because I actually do mention both of these products in that video as well, and I do give a couple of stack ideas as well, so definitely worth checking out. But we're going to start with the Eria Jarensis. I actually got the Alpha Yo here. Here's the Eria Plus. So once again, guys, just two simple ingredients in here. You have Eria Pura, which is the trademarked Eria Jarensis, so it hits a little bit harder, a little bit more of that floaty head high. It hits pretty quickly. It lasts a long time. And you're also getting 250 milligrams of that beta PEA. This is also Thin Fen trademarked, so 1-to-1 ratio with the Eria, and it activates that Eria very quickly. So I find when I take a product that doesn't have any Eria or DMHA or anything like that in it, and let's say it's middle of the week, right? Like today is Tuesday, and I don't want to run anything too crazy. I don't want to take anything that's going to give me the stimmy willy or, give me elevated heart rate or make me too hopped up. I want to run a regular daily driver, and I'm using Rect again as an example because that is a very good top-end shelf type of daily product that I use regularly, or something like a Hooligan from Apollo Nutrition, right? Granted, that one has 500 milligrams of caffeine, which some people may consider high stim, but that one also has a lot of citrulline and it has a lot of other blood flow ingredients, so it kind of balances things out a little bit. But if I want to add a little bit of something to add a little flair to it, right? I want a little bit of that feel-good mood elevation, but without taking it to that next level, that 2-amino level where I'm going to be hopped the hell up, and again, potential side effects, stimmy willy and whatnot. This is a great option. This really, at 250 milligrams, will feel like 100 to 150 milligrams of 2-amino. In my experience, this is very, very well sourced, and Xtremis Cartel uses this same form of Eria in all of their products. So if you're getting the Fuego, you're getting the El Jefe Neuro, you're getting the regular El Jefe, this here is the same type of Eria that they use in those products. So really, really good, very potent, and I never personally took 2 capsules. If you take 2 capsules, that's 500 milligrams of Eria, and I've taken my share of pre-workouts with 500 milligrams of Eria, but I don't think it's necessary. Honestly, 250 for me, add it to a daily driver, add it to something like an Apollon Gym Classic, add it to something like a Rect Core, or any other daily that you like to use, guys. It doesn't really matter what the product is. I personally don't add it to anything that already has exotic stimulants in there because then it's kind of overkill. However, you could add it to something that is Alpha Yo based, so something like an Edge of Insanity, right? That one has the good Alpha Yo, which I really like. It gets you hopped up, it gives you that crazy buzz, and Edge of Insanity does also give you a little bit of a happiness. I think it comes from the GABA, which kind of smoothens things out a little bit, so maybe not the best example, but I've added 1 capsule of this Eria to Edge of Insanity and had incredible results, and it really does elevate it to that next level. You can also add it to something like a Psychotic or any variant of Psychotic from Insane Labs, because those are straight up caffeine, Alpha Yo, and beta-alanine bombs, and they're very aggressive, and they give you a good sense of urgency, and they give you that Alpha Yo buzz, but without that happy component. So adding 1 capsule of this Eria to that is really, really incredible. And it almost, like I said, it almost feels like something borderline illicit, but not quite there. No negative side effects, no shortness of breath, no elevated heart rate, no drama. This is just positive vibes all around, and it's something that I really, really like. And I've come back to both of these products over the last month and a half, 2 months, and I've been adding it to my daily drivers and really taking things to the next level. So I don't feel guilty if I add 1 capsule on a Tuesday night to one of my daily basic pre-workouts. And it really takes things to the next level, but without me feeling guilty, without it building up in my tolerance. This is great, guys. I really, really like it. Now, we can talk about the Alpha Yo very quickly. Also, this is Uncut Alpha Yo. Just 1 ingredient in here, Alpha Yohimbine, standardized at 90% purity, 3 milligrams. So I know a lot of guys are afraid of Alpha Yo. They hear 3 milligrams and they're already running for the hills. I don't think it's such a crazy experience at 3 milligrams. The only issue is you can't really cut it in half. I mean, you could technically open the capsule and split the powder in half. I mean, you could do that. I've never done that personally. I just take the capsule, but it's an option if you guys are afraid of 3 milligrams. I personally wouldn't worry about it because it's not that intense. I haven't gotten any negative side effects off of it. I've only reaped the positive benefits. It gives you a sense of urgency, a clear laser sharp focus, and a physical aggression, also a bit of a mental aggression, but not where it's going into the negative side of things where you're tweaking and you got the cold sweats and you're drooping out of your nose and you're anxious and the heart rate is up. I've never gotten those negative side effects. Granted, I've only paired this on top of daily use type of products. Again, Rect, Hooligan, Desperado from Apollo Nutrition is another really good one. and a whole bunch of other ones. You just pair one Alpha Yo capsule on top of it. Also, Gorilla Mode is another great product to pair on top of it. So again, anything that has already the entire comprehensive package, whether it's pumps, nootropics, or stimulants such as caffeine and theobromine, but nothing more than that, and you want to add a little bit of an oomph to it, or if you want to take a pre-workout that has a little bit of exotic stims in there. If you take a pre-workout that has Eria in there, right? It's got caffeine, Eria, but no Alpha Yo. So something I reviewed recently was the Psycho Stim. That was a really, really good, actually had a very good sense of urgency on that one, despite there not being any Alpha Yo in there. But if you do take one of these Alpha Yo capsules on top of a product like that, man, it's going to bring things to the next level. And I've tried it, and I really, really liked it. It was a really, really fun experience. So overall, these are products that are both very versatile. You got the Alpha Yo here once again, as you could see. You got the Eria Plus over here. They have the King and the Crown in the background, just like on El Jefe. And you're getting a lot in here. I mean, if you're looking at the Eria one, you're getting 90 capsules in here. One capsule is the serving size, so you're getting 90 servings in here. And even if you guys stack two, that's 45 servings, and it's not expensive. I forgot how much it costs, but it was under 30 bucks if I recall correctly. So great value for money. You're also getting 90 over here for the Alpha Yo, and you definitely do not want to be taking two of these because that is absolute overkill. But overall, these are great add-on products that are very slept on. They come in the pill format, so they're very convenient. You don't have to dose it out on the digital kitchen scale, the micro scale, whatever it's called, milligram scale. You don't have to dose anything. You take the capsule, and that's it. You add it to any pre-workout that you like, and it just takes things to the next level. Now, if you guys really want to get crazy with it, you can take one of each. Obviously, only do that with a daily driver pre-workout, something that only has like caffeine or whatever. I personally like pairing one capsule of each with the Core Nutritionals products because those have about 200 milligrams of caffeine, but it's really well-sourced caffeine. So that 200 to me feels like 300, 350. There's no exotic stims in there, but you're getting the citrulline, you're getting the beta-alanine, and pretty much everything else you need to get in a good bodybuilding type of workout. But you stack one of each on top of it. You're getting the Alpha Yo to add that sense of urgency. You're adding the Eria to give it a little bit of that happy bump, that good mood elevation, and you got yourself something special. So you can get yourself whatever cheap pre-workout. Heck, even if you take it with something like a C4 and you add one of each, it's going to take it to the next level, but without taking it to that other next level, you know, that gray area illicit 2-amino 1,3-dimethylamine level where you might be dealing with some potential side effects. Again, guys, we're all stim heads and we all use these things responsibly. And that's all it comes down to in the end of the day, but it does make things a little bit more fun. It spices things up. It takes an ordinary pre-workout and turns it into something special. So I really like it. And as always, guys, you can pick both of these up over at Nutricartel.com using discount code ACE15. It's going to save you 15% off your entire order and help support the Xtremis YouTube channel. If you guys enjoyed this review and found it beneficial, don't forget to leave a big like on the video. It greatly helps the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification to get all of Xtremis' latest updates. Follow the Instagram at Xtremis. I'm posting exclusive content on there regularly, so definitely don't miss out on that. And once again, guys, I'm going to link the video down here in the comment. I'm going to pin the comment, and you guys could check out Xtremis' Favorite Stacks Volume 2 because I go into more depth about which products to stack these on top of, and there's a lot of good, interesting combos in there, so definitely check it out. Once again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. Xtremis, signing off.